some spirals. Hopefully they show up well. Now it looks like they're not going to. Maybe I can change the lighting a little bit. That looks better. I can't see it. Yes, I'm using my cell phone as a camera, and I've got this tripod. I've got it set up kind of a way that almost works, but it doesn't really work all that well. I can barely see because my phone's in the way, but I'm going to just start drawing spirals. Maybe I can figure this out. Okay. Just going to go. Nope, screwed that one up. So I think possibly the most important thing that I've learned about ASMR is that it requires a very, very quiet room. And so I turned off my computer. I turned off my laser light show thing that I have in the corner of the room that makes a bit of a buzzing sound. I turned off the fan. And then I note that there's another thing in ASMR that's really important, and that is to have a room that's properly air conditioned, because mine isn't. Of course, I live in Phoenix, Arizona, so it is really hot, and it's the middle of summer. So I'm sweating. When I turn the fan off, I'm pretty much sweating with the fan on, to be honest. This room just doesn't get very good AC. And that's kind of how it is. Some rooms in the house just don't have very good AC. So why do I do this? These spirals. What is it for? What's the point? Well, you can't see it. It's the freaking lighting. It's not good enough. It's the entire setup, just not good enough. But I'll figure it out someday. But I do these spirals because well, I suppose there's several reasons. There's several things to this. Rule number 3 when it comes to ASMR that I have learned is put the dogs in a different room, because they make a lot of little tiny noises. You can probably hear them, maybe not. Honestly, the cell phone camera is just not good enough to catch these little things, but I can hear them. My dogs are snoring and licking and breathing. If you want really good ASMR, you want it to be silent, except for your voice and the little noises that you make. If I shut up, you might be able to hear the beautiful sound that this pencil makes when I make these spirals. So a lot of people who see me doing this, they think that I'm doing this because it's a nervous habit. I do this when I get nervous or uncomfortable. It's almost like an autism quirk. And I do have autism. I've been diagnosed with it. But while that may be true, because I do this when I'm nervous or uncomfortable, it's also true that, well, right now I'm not nervous and uncomfortable and I'm doing this. I'm doing it because, well, the video is one thing. But it's a practice. In a certain sense, it's a spiritual practice. Not very spiritual, I mean, it doesn't like uplift me. It doesn't make me any happier. It doesn't show me anything beyond the mundane at all. But in doing this, I'm learning how to perfect a skill. It's got very clear, immediate results, this skill. The lighting is really horrible, but I guess this video exists for more than just the spirals. It's also about me talking. So I've been honing this skill. This is I think it's the 9th notebook or sketchbook that I've filled up with these spirals. So I've been doing, I counted them once, and it was about a year ago. I counted them, and it was like 400. Oh man, I don't know if it was 1,000 or million. I think it was 1,000. That I've done about 400,000 spirals. That was about a year ago, and I had been doing them for about 3 years. So now it's been 4 years, so it's probably almost 500,000 spirals that I've done now. And I'm not doing them very good right now because this setup sucks. The lighting's just in the wrong place, and I can't really move it because it's not like made to do this. But these are actually really bad spirals for me. I'm really good at this. Let me try to do one without talking. I got distracted. My stupid phone had a little message pop up. It distracted me. Rule number 4 of ASMR. Your emotions have to be very, very subdued and controlled. Like just now when I got a little pissed off because my phone distracted me. You don't want to get pissed off, not even remotely. You want to stay really calm. No, these are bad. I've done much better. But this setup is bad. I don't think I'm going to do more. Okay, I'll do one more. I'll do one more for you. And then I'm going to probably go to bed. Because it's like 3 a.m. and I really shouldn't be staying up this late anyway. But at least I'm producing something. I think it's worth something. Oh, it looks terrible on the video. Stupid shadow. Maybe I should use 2 lights when I do this legit. I don't know. Still figuring it out. But yeah, I'm gonna stop the video. But oh, I guess I gotta talk a little bit more about why I do this and what it is. There's well, how did I learn of this? Well, I kind of figured it out on my own. I mean, I guess I saw videos of people doing spirals which looked a little bit more like this. Saw people doing spirals of that like that on video before, and I saw one guy do it real smooth. And I can do those a lot better too when I'm not talking and doing video and the lighting's all bad and everything. But I saw a video of a guy doing that, or a girl, I don't know. And I just sort of invented the art of this. I guess I didn't invent it considering the fact that I got it off of a video, but you do kind of invent it when you learn how to do it yourself, because there's a lot of little elements to it. It's a lot of different kinds of spirals. For example, you can have a spiral that's real tight at the beginning and then gets bigger, kind of like a Fibonacci spiral kind of thing. What I really enjoy doing is these, not necessarily super tight like this, but spirals that are attempted to be completely evenly spaced. And this one sucks, but evenly spaced, that's kind of what this is, What else is there? Well, there's the tightness, really tight spirals. I really like to do those because, honestly, it's because they're the most impressive, and also it's because, well, I guess they're not the most impressive necessarily, but the real tightness kind of adds to it. It kind of makes it a little bit more impressive, I think, if you can do it really well. But it also makes them last a lot longer, so you can be doing this a lot more when you're doing them tight, which improves the amount of hold on time. You know, I can do one of these really wide spirals, but I can't do it for very long because my hand just doesn't reach far enough. But the real little ones, I can just go and go and go and go and go and go and go with those, and that really improves the skill honing when you have something like that. There's lots of other things too. There's like these. There's lots of different shapes that you can do. I mean, there's an infinite number of them, but like a square, for example. Not quite a square, but there's those. Oh, and I forgot to mention there's also the backwards spiral, which has a finite time and is actually quite a lot harder to do, I think. I don't know. It's a different thing. It's not perfectly comparable to the outward spiral, but and then there's lots of other ones. I'm not going to go through them all because that would last an infinite amount of time. So I'm just going to do one more. These, I like to call these L pipes. Dang it, I can't remember the direction. Okay. These can be very pretty if you do them really well. I've been practicing these quite a lot too. Not as much as the spirals. Those are kind of my signature move. But basically, I want to be good at all of these little things. I want to be the master doodler. I want to be the world champion doodle master. There's these things. I'm not doing it very well right now. It's probably because I'm talking. There's tons of little things like that. Oh, and then lines, which I do often. Those, you know, if I'm really nervous, this is what I do. But I also do them when I'm not nervous, because I'm honing legit skill here, and it's going to be useful when I do some of my more fine art in the future, which I have like a vision of the kind of art that I'm going to do, but I'm not really there yet as far as the idea, like, of what is the image going to be. I'm not really sure, but I know that having this skill is really useful. Yeah, I know what it is. I want to do stuff like, ow, that's hot. Stuff like this. This Chinese or Japanese, I'm not really sure. Blue ceramic stuff, which requires the exact same skills that I'm honing. Ah, god damn it, that's hot. Okay, so, of course, you know, this is just a crappy, this is not a, you know, I'm gonna try to make ASMR videos and spiral videos in the future, but they are not, this is not a complete, this is not a good one. This is a shitty early attempt at making a video, and it's done. This is it. So goodbye, and thank you for watching, whoever you are.